Hello again, everyone. I'm Matt, lead actor at the Children's Museum of Indianapolis. And today's video is a follow-up to another video called Out of This World Engineering at Home. And in that video, we talked about how life up in the International Space Station, almost 250 miles up above Earth, is pretty different than life down here. Mainly because gravity up there is a lot weaker than gravity here on Earth. We call it microgravity. And because of that, lots of the things we use every day down here on Earth don't really work in the same way up there. So, I challenged all of you to come up with an everyday item that you have at home and then pretend to be NASA engineers, re-engineering that item, changing it, improving it, modifying it, so that maybe it could work up in outer space. You have been doing some amazing work on your projects, and, well, I decided to take part in that project too. See, I knew that something like a cup wouldn't really work up in microgravity. If I tried to drink, the liquid wouldn't really pour out, right? Or it might just sort of float all around. So I started filling out my engineering process checklist. Step 1, what's the problem? I wrote down that the liquid would float. Step 2, I brainstormed solutions, maybe add a lid or add a straw. And then step 3, build a prototype. So here is what I came up with. I decided to use a plastic baggie instead, which would allow an astronaut to squeeze the liquid out when they need it, since you can't pour liquid when you're on the International Space Station. I added a straw, so you could also use that to easily take a drink, and to make sure the liquid doesn't accidentally squeeze out and float all over the place, I put a binder clip on the straw to keep it closed when you're not using it. So, that's my engineering creation, and check this out. Here is an astronaut on the ISS with an actual item that looks a lot like the one I created. Real NASA engineers back in the 1960s had to tackle that same problem that I just did, and it looks like I came up with an almost identical solution to theirs. You all did some amazing work, engineers. And hey, if you were filling out those engineering process checklists while you were working like I was, I think you can definitely put a big A+ or a smiley face or anything you want down in the results section. I wrote a big, "It worked." Well, anyway, great job once again, one and all. Who knows, maybe someday you won't just be pretending to be NASA engineers. Maybe you really will be the ones to create all sorts of new amazing things to be used by the next generation of astronauts. Once again, my name is Matt, and thank you for joining me as we bring the Children's Museum to you at home.